Now let's come to Ghana. Let's come home. Let's come home. Because like I said, DJ Slim is in the news. Stonebwoy is also in the news. So now, let me go into one of the first stories of which is bringing DJ Slim to my table today. For me, I think DJ Slim has exposed Stonebwoy big time. Yes, he has exposed Stonebwoy big time, and it is not funny. Like, it is not funny because Oshe, your friend is saying, Adi Okan, any what happened on Friday night, that is where I am tempted to believe that, okay, is DJ Slim from fooling Stonebwoy, or he is just playing street support, sir, from fooling kind of support, Nibino, where they will just come as if say or can be biama as obeshano, maybe a wa and all come asem. What did DJ Slim say? So DJ Slim came to write, or he came to post on Twitter, that it is rather strange that the one with the lowest views and numbers get booked for international gigs, international festivals, and the one with the big numbers, they play show for bush inside. And he added a laughing emoji to it. When this whole thing came up, or like when he wrote this thing, so many people were asking questions. Some of us there, we knew he was just trying to be sarcastic and all of that. But then, when you read between the lines, some people are also saying, yeah, it is a statement of fact. But the person that he probably think he is shading, the person that he probably thinks say DJ Slim is shading, does he even have what it takes to even shade the person, especially when it comes to this statement? Because when you read his statement very well, it says it's rather strange that the one with the lowest views and numbers get booked for international gigs, international festivals, and the one with the big numbers, they play show for bush inside. And now I'm asking myself that, okay, is DJ Slim confirming that Stonebwoy, because in this case, I'm not going to mince words. He's even talking about Stonebwoy and Shatawale. And here, I am not going to mince words because those people there, if you leave them, they will just cast innuendos like this. Then they will come and tell you, oh, nasemimbo nidi, nasemimbo biedi, na wajia fa, na wajia ese. Okay, no problem. But then, when you want to even analyze what he's saying very well, so does that mean that the people who are playing the international shows, indeed, they don't have numbers. They do not have good numbers. The so-called international artists, their numbers are low. Because if it is not, then this is even a confirmation. Then it is either DJ Slim is from fooling Stonebwoy whenever he is talking to Stonebwoy, hyping him, oh, international, oh, global, and then later, when he then he will come and say some of these things. Because for him to say it is rather strange that the one with the lowest numbers and with the lowest views and numbers get booked for international gigs. Is DJ Slim confirming, say, Stonebwoy indeed has lower numbers? Let's go to the second expose, the one that is even making me shiver the more. So on Friday, Stonebwoy was billed to perform at the Accra Sports Stadium. That is the official launch of the Ghana Premier League. The official launch of the Ghana Premier League. And when this whole announcement came, of course, so many people were very enthusiastic about Stonebwoy going to perform, because this is a big day in the history of Ghana football, because they now have some targets of bringing back the love. That is the love of the people into like the sporting fraternity. And here I'm talking specifically the association football. So the match between Accra House of Folk and I think Hohoy FC, and that was the opening, and Stonebwoy was asked to come and perform. Now, when this announcement came, like I said, so many people had varied opinions. While some people thought that, okay, it was good, some people also felt like Oh, there be at this point there, Stonebwoy should not take this gig because he may not be able to pull that crowd, that level of crowd now. Your friend is saying, Shatawale Puli during the presidential cap, but some people were also very optimistic that, hey, Charlie, this is the torture. Yes, we released our EP not long ago. He has the bars, he has the talkability. In fact, he has even played at the Accra Sports Stadium before, gathering more people there. So definitely, he has what it takes to pull. But there is this man that had an interview prior to that particular show, that particular night performance. I don't know, Tuga, who was that video? No, near the one. Oh, slow. Okay, so for that one, he was very emphatic, saying that he doesn't understand why the Football Association or the handlers of this particular tournament would rather contact Stonebwoy than Shatawale, because this is an instance whereby they want to bring people to the park. They want the lunch to be big. They want somebody that can pull the crowd. And in the person pulling the crowd, they are looking at somebody and hold up, which is why he even chastised the Football Association people for putting His Excellency John Dramani Maham's photo on the flyer with Stonebwoy. Because I say, now more few people are trying to bring back the love. Say, I was more na modem your friend is saying. More pictures so and I'm more blessed into so now beba. And even if you don't want to put you people your pictures on it and you want to use any other person for promotion, why don't you go for the person that has the tendency of pulling the crowd? When this whole thing hits the internet, so many people vex that, hey, why should the guy talk like that? Is the guy a Shatter Movement fan? Is the guy talking like saying the truth? Is the guy saying what the people are actually thinking? And in fact, omo made an attempt there. Omo did an attempt as well as omo beke biaman. Now, the Ghana Premier League page also went to post that the groove is on, and the groove is on. The Ghana Premier League launch tonight just got even bigger. The amazing Stonebwoy will be performing live at the GPL launch happening at the Accra Sports Stadium tonight. Don't miss out on the official launch of the GPL season with the electrifying show. And with an electrifying show. And when they made this particular post, DJ Slim Exposes also came to retweet that particular post. And this is the caption that he gave to it. He says, "Don't let him perform. He doesn't have numbers." This is what DJ Slim said. Don't let him perform. He doesn't have numbers. Like, when he made this particular statement, I know some people would see it as being sarcastic. But for me, I am also asking myself, was it a statement of fact? Did DJ Slim actually warn these people and they did not listen? Maybe he was just trying to be sarcastic. But I said, because if indeed DJ Slim was able to make this particular statement, mind you, he has made an earlier statement saying that, it is strange that the person with the lower views and numbers is the one that is running around playing international festivals. But now he has come back again to even retweet a GPL post or page comment Omumeki and say, Stonebwoy will be performing at the launch. And he went to post that they should not book him because he has low numbers. Was it the reason why there was a low turnout? I mean, did you watch the match or did you watch the whole ceremony? Let me analyze it this way. For me, I think it was a very beautiful ceremony, if you ask me. Like, it was very beautiful. The people or the organizers, in terms of aesthetics, were able to pull something off. Senkana nipani womua, and it would have been a very beautiful ceremony. I mean, when you look at the way or more organization tier, when even the teams were even coming on the pitch, even before the performances, the opening matches between, I think, Arasne, some other teams, Crab Boy, Curtain Raisers, and all of that, opening matches, and they were all very beautiful. They were all very beautiful. So for that, I will give to them. As for Accra House of Folk, they won't forget you because ho for Accra won't me and show. That one is just on the side. But now let's come to where so many people in the showbiz industry were very much concerned about. That is the performance of one of our own, which in this case is supposed to throw light, give it some form of enyunyam into whatever they were doing. Give it some form of, your friend is saying, happiness, or some form of, be it a magnet, or be like it should be a magnet that will pull people to the stadium even after his performance, for them to be attracted to whatever the Football Association is doing as far as the GPL or the Ghana Premier League is concerned. And that is where people's focus were, which is why so many people were so much concerned about Stonebwoy's performance. I know so many people will talk about this performance not just because it is Stonebwoy. I mean, some people will see it as, okay, it is an attack to Stonebwoy because why? He was not able to pull the crowd. But we do not know the kind of effect some of these things may do to us as an industry. Because we are in this country whereby we've also been charging on these football association or these football people for them to bring us, because we control the numbers. Because we are able to do shows, organize shows, and bring crowd. So if indeed their football is sinking and they need some people or somebody to come and help and bring back the love, we have always been campaigning, especially in recent times, for them to come to us. And if they come for one of our own and the numbers are this way, sign a year like what kind of image does some of these things point or say about us or paint about us? What kind of image? Because look at this, and I know so many people will bring other factors, and it rained, and the circumstances, and the show, it is not Stonebwoy show. Na me pa chowo, the presidential cap, was it Shatawale's own? The presidential cap, was it Shatawale's show? There were other people that came to perform on the day. But you can clearly see the level of traction that the brand Shatawale or Shatta movement put to the Accra Sports Stadium on that day. And you think weather conditions do not play a major role, especially when you are talking about somebody that has the tendency of winning people's love. No wonder he says he has the street crown. No wonder he is the street god. I know whenever he says some of these things, some people will be feeling some way. You see, when he was locked up in Yoko, when the fans went there to gather to show him some love and respect, you had some gullible people saying, "Oh, they are drug addicts and they are doing this and they are doing that." On the Friday night to come and cheer you up. Unye bimpo Accra Sports Stadium honum to come and cheer you up on that night. So for me, yes, people would want to make excuse. And I see your toy, and I say, and the show is not for Stonebwoy, and the show is not this, and the show is not that. See, we may want to have all the excuses, but the truth of the matter is that we also had a responsibility to these people, and whoever represents us on any day has the probability to represent or has the responsibility to represent us well. So if on that score he is not able to represent us well, it comes back as a bad effect onto the creative art space, because now we are asking ourselves, okay, into Senya Shatawale in a bit me pulling crowd now, why be? Enya Shatawale in a bit me pulling crowd now, why be? And look at what DJ Slim wrote. He says, don't let him perform. He doesn't have numbers. Don't let him perform. He doesn't have numbers. So when you see DJ Slim on platforms, no, did a man for them in the name of Stonebwoy or for Stonebwoy, see him as a fanfula. Because for the past few days, he's been able to point out certain things. He thinks he's being sarcastic. He thinks he's doing those things to shade somebody. But onim say, onwane to no say. Aponchi him so nya say kwa mo bi abeti. Onim so onwane to no say. Because look at what he said. First, he said it is strange that the person with the low numbers and views is the one running around on festivals. That is one. And secondly, he came out to say they should not let him perform because he doesn't have numbers. Was that a true reflection of what happened on Friday night? If that is it, then nobody exposed Stonebwoy than DJ Slim. Nobody exposed Stonebwoy than DJ Slim. If today you get people trolling Stonebwoy because of the low turnout of that particular match, blame DJ Slim. Blame him because of his recent utterances awaye afa Stonebwoy. Blame him. Because at this point, I don't know who will expose his supposed favorite like that. So is this an admittance? Say indeed, whenever they run around, and I'm doing this, and I'm the one doing that, and I'm the one doing this, and I'm the one doing that. Ningina na Slim di chira fanfuli. Ningina odi chira fanfuli nana. Because when you think about it carefully, I think he exposed the guy big time. And we don't know whether that was it. For me, I trust in shatter movement so much. And enyano. You see, we've grown. I have seen people bringing, your friend is saying, Shatawale's photos of other performances be on also here was stadium. I think some few years back, of which the attendance was not so great. Let me explain this to you. So you see, this is where we talk about growth. Tilekwe nipa during the TGME Artist of the Year debate na omukoye or DJ Slim platforms said something. Say an artist who year in year out you claim you are doing something good, like you are hardworking, you are the most hardworking. One year you must sing obia. Now progress in terms of numbers, in terms of the things that you are able to get in the year, like year on, do not reflect. Then you are indeed, it is either you are lying to yourself or you are lying to your followers. Obeka say me, they nearly ye miani kwen ye tinitieni. So if let's take it, I think that time it was Legon Cities or so match. Na shut a copy for me. Now, if by that time till today, and se Shatawale jina on the same place, the same platform, no otimi pulling a whole crowd more bar, which is an improvement. If se otimi performing and ne, na otimi nya sa crowd na. This is somebody that has performed before. On Accra Sports Stadium da. So if in 2025 he is not able to pull that level of crowd, then I think people need to go and apologize to Tilekwe Nipa. I think people need to apologize to Tilekwe Nipa. Oh, wa she Davido. Wa akwabre. Akwafi Nigeria by one mananda. Because me, during the day, I saw post Davido and Stonebwoy at the Accra Sports Stadium. Davido and Stonebwoy to perform at the Accra Sports Stadium. I'm a man for big crowd raising concern. Say, oh, why should the Football Association go and build a video for such an occasion where they want to drive Ghanaians to the stadium? I remember I was even having a conversation with some people. Stonebwoy is the one inviting the video to like come and witness his performance at the stadium. And you can clearly see from the guy's reaction. I mean, performance a top notch. You wouldn't Charlie. And Alumba Kai, Areho. And me, I am not going to blame anybody. I am going to blame DJ Slim and his likes. Because they are the ones that are probably from fooling Stonebwoy, or they are lying to him, or lying to his followers. Because if DJ Slim was able to make such a statement, yet the people did not listen. Charlie, he said, don't book him. He doesn't have numbers. Intime pacho, GFA no, or the Football Association or the agency in charge no, when they were putting things together, they not consider the people that are going to attract the fans to the stadium. And here I wouldn't want to blame your friend saying the team so much because someone in recent times numbers papa ben and multi attracted to the stadium. Numbers papa ben attracted to the stadium. The last time Akotokone has boy I President's Cup as Tawale Nka. Go and check the numbers. You can clearly see the difference. So for DJ Slim to have made that particular statement and come back again to say that don't let him perform, he doesn't have numbers. Charlie, this guy is a big fanfula. Because on one ever say dinechi and afro dancer and our say and he is big and he is this and he is that and the numbers are this and he is topping chat here and he is topping chat there. Meanwhile, you are the same person telling an organization not to book him because he doesn't have numbers. So over there. See, Beam Nation, Munyai portfolio has not done anything. Go to DJ Slim. He is the one from fooling Stonebwoy. Honor. Because if he can come out and make such a statement, oh, it is strange that the person with the low views and numbers is the one running around on festivals or being booked for big international festivals. And the one with numbers, they play for Bush Inside. I don't know, yeah. In Krantiani, grass cutter, in Krantiani, your friend is saying, in training, why ever feel stadium on. Unya Sanko for a stadium on Friday night. None can say more. And I know so many people were like, hey, it was a paid event. And why? On that Friday night, go and see the number of people, how wide the gate was open. These people are looking for numbers. And you need somebody that's rain or shine. He will be able, if not fill the whole place, pull an appreciable number for the occasion to be beautiful. So, you see, some people are also going to bring Anna, or your friend is saying, he was announced few days or few hours and it was a short notice and find him cussing. Charlie, being the street god, it no be more for. Being the street god, it is not about, and our topic chat. No. O topic chatter, yeah. But the work, they ground. The work, it be ground, it day. So if o topic now still, when to me I'm fine, yeah. Charlie, it is sad. So for me, if you have somebody to blame DJ Slim because he was the one who exposed Stonebwoy big time even before that particular performance. But your friend next story. So you can share your views in the comment section. Let me hear from you. Let me know what you think about the topics that I am discussing today. So my next one will be Stonebwoy. Yes, now you hear DJ Slim there. Now Yembra Stonebwoy. So Sarkodie is also in the news, by the way. We are also going to discuss Sarkodie, but Yemko Stonebwoy. So now Stonebwoy has also added his view to the catalog conversation in the space. You know, when this whole conversation started, so many people have had varied opinions about this catalog sales and lease. While some people are giving education, some people are also saying same hunkwa. Like you listen to some people's conversation about the whole catalog sales and leasing and all of that, and you realize, hey, Ghana, we have a very long way to go. We have a very, very long way to go because when when you listen to some of the conversation, you realize we have a very long way to go. What am I talking about? So you remember, excuse me, recently, conversation by emoji beat. Yeah, I'm talking about emoji beat, the producer, came out to call Shatawale out, or came to call Shatawale out on the fact that he's leased his catalog or some of his catalog to a music firm or a music business firm on and also like taking the money to go and buy cars and other forms of properties and all of that. And when this conversation hit the space, that was when people started doing some diggings and findings and all of that, and realized that Charlie, it is not only about Shatawale. Now we have a tall list of Ghanaian artists that have been doing business even with this particular entity or entities that are now in the space. See, there was a tall list, and in fact, one of the entities that have been very popular in this whole conversation is Waka Music, where they have the likes of Sarkodie, Kwame Eugene, Shatawale, and all these people all being on the list. Now, when conversation hit here, Shatta came on live to talk about the fact that Charlie, you people should not joke. And if Emoji Beat even came out to say certain things, thinking he was going to disgrace him, to him, he is rather seeing some level of grace in there, because when he tells people, say, oh, the money that he has, it is through music. Some people doubt, because some people either streams or shows awobo anase bia event gamro na ebe ma royalties kakra anase what not. Nti omo kekabo more in their mind, Shatawale's money is not worth that much to be able to acquire the kind of things he is acquiring or live the kind of lifestyle he's living. Fast forward, Kwame Eugene was asked, he also in a separate interview, what he also think about the whole catalog sales and lease, and he also had his own statement to make. According to him, on the say like he feels he's not too hungry. Kwame Eugene there no. Okay, there maybe boy no. But I want to explain Kwame Eugene's own. So, I say ono emfa and like he's not so much concerned about the fact that Obi turn a catalog, because to him he is not that hungry to go and sell his catalog. And even if he will now sell, he doesn't own his masters, or he co-owns his masters with other people. So he would have to seek permission from those partners before he will even be able to enter into that venture. That is just one on the side. Now, moving forward, I know so many people may have some misconceptions. Whilst other people, my men can't go for other side for also there. Some people also were like, hey, na Shatawale dey be onam the richest artist. And we scan and find him kosi hino. Or we scan and find him kosi hino. Or no, and now I turn a catalog and if indeed he says he's the richest musician in Ghana, then why would he go and sell his catalog? When this whole conversation also hits the space, so many people, of course, those who do not understand the 2025 like way of doing music business, also came to add such voices. But currently, I will enter into all those ones, or we are going to have a discussion on all those ones. But latest to add his voice to it is Stonebwoy. And according to him, he even came out, or in an interview with DJ Slim, he's saying that, or no, Obi Tikrom has said, or no, the catalog, no, we lease and our turn for $3.5 million, or maybe over $3 million. He doesn't believe that there is a catalog in Ghana, or any musician in Ghana's catalog is worth that amount. Tuga, so a video no. Yamboni enko. 2 hour video na Mr. Fatu CCC ana cover, then we can have a good discussion, a very holistic one.
All catalog has the same value. Okay. It be boss good. Some today low. Yes. And it's because of the the value, the market value, the performance
of the catalog.
Of the catalog, specifically the performance of such songs on the market already as they are out.
Okay.
The ownership is behind the scenes, but the performance of the song, let's say people still play, people still stream, it's being sold, like, its performance
still active.
Is still very active. And that, if nobody is working with your catalog, which would be your masters, the song itself must have been out already and working for itself by usage, radio, TV, performance, all those ones already, and you'd be getting some money of that. In a developed situation where all royalty systems are very competent and you are getting your monies, the value of your catalog is crazy. That will make it almost impossible for anybody to be able to buy. Because when you do your calculations already,
the amount of money,
the performance on the songs already, is given.
It's given.
You're cutting check of, let's say, maybe 100,000 a week.
Yeah, man.
From different usages and a correct, competent royalty system.
Yeah, man.
By 2-3 months, you get checks from Musica, ASCAP, Ghana Movie. Your song was played here, radio. You get like 200. For instance, 200,000 US.
I pick it.
Now, if somebody is coming to ask to buy your catalog, they then said it for check them myself.
Yeah, man.
To own that master so that now those monies will come to them, Or, yes, because now they own that vibe and give you some remuneration so that if it is in terms of recuperation, maybe after they recoup them and you go share, how much you go charge them?
Because if you are doing like 200, 300,000, I'm sure if they are coming in for 5 years, 10 years, this is like $1 billion. I mean, they should be talking billions
exactly.
of dollars.
So that is the business of the situation.
Yeah,
so now, when you find out that in areas where it is not going on, in terms of the performance of the music, it's not being captured with all these systems to be able for you to see the money. You're only depending on maybe shows.
Yes. That's your major source of revenue.
Merchandise is not really moving. Streams, even streams are being paid according to different nations. Africa is being paid differently.
Exactly.
Europe is being paid differently.
Exactly.
America is being paid differently.
Exactly.
So imagine in Africa where you have to when you rack 1 million streams or whatever, is still in some mediocre amounts. Now somebody is offering that, okay, I can, for the next 20 years, I foresee that you are getting 200 CDs from Musica. Let's make it so and so for you. So that we can run with that for 20 years. You are now accumulating your 20 years money. In 1 week, you are getting it cash in hand. For you to be able to live the life you want to live or do something that you want to do, it's up to you how you want to use the money. So now, if you have gone into that contractual agreement or that commercial terms by outright sale, you are chilling, however they work with the thing. And sometimes, unfortunately, maybe they may not be able to even make the money on that. Because the performance of the music actually determines the income.
Okay.
I don't think there's any automated something anywhere. It's like, the best example is if you have a house built in terms of property and you've not leased it, in as much as the value accrues, of course, is
still a liability.
Is a property that not all catalog has the same value.
Okay. It be boss.
This is all coming from other low IQ people, Now it's very important to state.
Yeah.
Because we do not have to shy away from naming. Because even as a Bible believer, Jesus Christ named.
Yeah.
He said, ye fools. You see, that's why I tell you that if they don't make it
a
foolish situation so that they can relate as foolish people, it can't work. Because no wise person could think to say or propagate that in the first place, whether for views or whether for whatever. A wise person would do that. I do not believe that any catalog here in Ghana right now currently is going to earn some amounts that you're hearing around.
Catalog be any Ghana a bit made with $3.54 million.
And this is all coming from other low IQ people, you know. Now it's very important to
the Stonebwoy. The Afro dancer pioneer. Stonebwoy has said a lot. He has said a lot. For me, I have a lot to digest with his interview, but I would want to take it from the angle that I introduced this particular story from, which is the fact that he thinks no Ghanaian artist catalog is worth that amount. And I like the fact that DJ Slim was also very specific to ask him, so are you saying no Ghanaian artist catalog is worth like over $3 million and above? And he said no, he doesn't believe. For me, the reason why I introduced the first video, the one that he explained like his knowledge when it comes to music business, is I have a reason for playing that particular video, because I would want people to understand his knowledge in terms of 2025 or modern day music business, and his reservation or his varied opinion on the fact that he doesn't believe any Ghanaian musician's catalog is worth that amount. Now, and that is where my disappointment is. For me, when I heard Stonebwoy make such a statement, I was very disappointed. You see, my disappointment is not on the fact that, yes, indeed, maybe Stonebwoy is trying to say that the likes of Shatta or other people that have claimed that or they've leased their music or sold their music for a huge amount or maybe a similar amount are lying. No. That is not where my disappointment is. My disappointment is coming from the fact that it is coming from Stonebwoy. You see, I know DJ Slim asked Stonebwoy because of his mindset about who the brand Stonebwoy is. That's fair enough. And secondly, because he's a practitioner and an active practitioner as that in our space. And in Tina, his opinion on this particular conversation will echo match or will have volumes. People would want to listen to it. Now, let me tell you where my disappointment is. So my disappointment is out of the fact that Stonebwoy was able to give the pros and cons in terms of music catalog sales, leasing, and all of that, but yet concluded that no Ghanaian musician's catalog is worth that amount. And I'm asking myself, what kind of musicians is like a Stonebwoy dealing with? And here, did he consider all the factors that come to play, including some that he did not even talk about or he did not touch? Did he consider all those factors before running into such conclusion? Then I would advise that he revises his belief or he looks into his belief again. Because I am asking myself like so many questions that inti ene say the a musician like Shatawale catalog and a Stonebwoy, like about even if he's supposed to lease or do business with it, does that mean Stonebwoy cannot even rake in $200,000? Because in the statement he was talking about $100,000 and stuff. Like, or he will not be able to rake in $500,000 or even $1 million. If that is the case, then I'll be very disappointed. Because this is somebody that has a supposed rich catalog. So when he is bargaining, especially when it comes to music business, what kind of bargain especially when you also want to look at the way he is portrayed, the level of investment he puts into his craft. What kind of bargain and and let me come back again. Does that mean that say you obey to say Daddy Lumba catalog etowa? Daddy Lumba's catalog will not be able to like worth that amount? Hey, and I the Daddy Lumba catalog. Emma Stonebwoy, say Stonebwoy, Daddy Lumba entire like estate in terms of catalog ni fakoji sikabra. Whether you are going to lease or sell it, Stonebwoy cannot bargain Daddy Lumba's catalog for a $3 million or a $5 million deal. Then I'll be disappointed. I'll be very much disappointed because you see, when you want to talk about the music catalog leasing or sales and everything, so many things come to play. The Stonebwoy consider the number of catalogs that you are going to put into it. The Stonebwoy consider, like, and I mean like the catalog that I'm talking about, I mean maybe the number of albums, the number of singles, how well they are doing, and all of that. Like, did he consider all those things? Maybe he didn't. Maybe he didn't. Did he consider those things? Maybe he didn't. Did he consider the longevity of which he is even doing business with the people? Because mind you, when you want to talk about music sales or music leasing, it comes in two folds, or it comes with different variations. There are some that are even going to consider the number of years that they will have a power over that particular song or over that particular body of works or catalog that you are giving to them. You understand? So we have musicians that were able to just do business with them, maybe lease their catalog to some of these companies for 2 years, 3 years, 4 years, gather the money and invest. Me, I believe that is the most important thing in this whole catalog leasing conversation and all of that. How did the person invest in it? And what is the person's even work rate? You see, Stonebwoy explained the fact that, okay, the music is supposed to be a music that is out there, that has already been released. But Stonebwoy is forgetting that there are some musicians whose body of works may not like you really see you, but even if they are to call a shot or maybe give an estimated amount of how they would even want to go and lease it to a company, it will even be worth more than some songs or some body of works that have even been released. These things Stonebwoy did not consider. Now, let me take your mind back to the olden days or back in the day, how music business was done in terms of music sales, leasing, and then catalog, owning of music rights and all of that. You see, what we are doing now in terms of music sales, leasing, and all of them things is no different. It's no different. One, from an artist signing to a record label, of which is probably a 360, where the record label provides everything. In that case, the record label owns the masters. Now, let's go back again. This is no different from when the likes of Despite Mo, the likes of all those people that were into music distribution were buying music like rights or masters rights from these musicians even when they were in the studio recording. So if Stonebwoy comes to say that, oh, it is only music that have been released, it is not true. It is not true, because there are some people that have even signed deals with some of these people, even on unreleased projects, because the one that have even been released is raking in good numbers. And I am very happy he also talked about how the algorithms or these platforms pay especially musicians in Africa in terms of the numbers that they get. Well, if it is coming from Stonebwoy, I will not be surprised. I won't be surprised if indeed it is coming from Stonebwoy and he wants to talk about the numbers. I won't be surprised. You see, this is somebody that, according to DJ Slim, not me, doesn't have numbers. So the kind of numbers or even the quality of numbers that will bring you the level of returns or that particular leverage for you to use to go and do that bargaining in terms on a business table, you no get. You no get. And DJ Slim said it. He said it's rather strange that the one with the lowest views and numbers, this is what he said. So if I am even like to go by what DJ Slim said about Stonebwoy, then it means, well, no wonder he doesn't believe. No wonder he doesn't believe. And you see, sometimes it is not also only about the catalog and how it is or it has done or it is still doing on the platforms. We know we live in a modern day and age where music sometimes that has been released, your friend is saying 10 years, 15 years ago, has the tendency of revamping again into a total different thing. See, there's this song, I've forgotten the person that sang it. This is a veteran. And it has now been trending on TikTok. Why is this song trending? It is trending because somebody used it for somebody that is in trouble. This particular song has been trending. But meanwhile, the song was not released today. It was released back then. A trendy. Another example is Shatta Wale's On God. After his performance in Jamaica, we saw a huge surge on Shatta Wale's DSP, even with the On God. So for somebody whose numbers have been the same for the past years, that according to Tilekwe Nipa, is not seeing growth there. How will the person believe that you can even use like songs that have already raked in 2 million, 5 million to even speak well, round yourself up on a business table to say minimum way, like the probability that it can rake in higher numbers, even more than what I have accumulated, is high. For somebody that do not have that capacity there, Charlie, a bad thing. Say obviously he will believe. And again, see, the other conversation also has to do with what the people are going to do with your project when they lease it or they buy it. That other side too, Stonebwoy did not consider. Let me tell you. So a company comes to say, oh, I want this your album. Let's say Shatta Wale's Safa or the Safa album. I want your Safa. And I want you to lease it to me for, let's say, 5 years. Then if I am Shatta Wale, the questions I would ask would be, okay, how much do you think it is worth for you to give me? Or if you would want me to quote my price, I will quote my price. And let's say I quote about $100,000, depending on the number or the amount of returns that I've gotten from it so far. I quote about $100,000. Now, let's look at this whole conversation. Then I go ahead to ask the person, so what or when you take this particular album, how do you intend to market it to even like make your money back or even make profit on top? Oh, I have A, B, C, D. I am going to market it here. I am going to market it there. I'm going to do this. I'm going to do that. So you may be in Africa thinking that, oh, your music is only peculiar to Africa. And the fact that Africa, they don't pay much, especially when the streams is within Africa. So your mindset will only be limited to the kind of, your friend is saying, streams and returns that is in Africa. Now, if the person is to go and market your product in, let's say, US or in a jurisdiction where it pays bigger, you think you do not have the right to use that as a leverage to also bargain for more? You think you do not like have the right to use that? Oh, na say menyom no meton oso to mu kwa. Menyom no meton oso to safa na yeton oso to mu kwa. And yeton a ebia yenya $200,000. Inti wo gia him, like, how do you intend to do it? Oh, me were plugs for Makola, me were plugs for your friend is saying PZ, me were plugs for Tamale, me were plugs for Sunyania. Me corner me the more, I'm betting me out on Wahonoma. Don't I have the right to say, okay, and instead of giving it to you $200,000, why don't I make it 250? Because in my belief, what they call a hanum ABCD, you will probably get your money and get maybe a profit. So I can leverage or I can bargain for more. So if Stonebwoy is saying that today he doesn't believe, say, there is a Ghanaian musician or any Ghanaian musician's catalog is worth that amount, then Charlie, he himself, I hope his fans are listening to what he's saying, because Stonebwoy, he's not a Togolese, he's not from Baghdad, he's not from Russia. He say, if we are even to go by his own words, to say he doesn't see or he doesn't believe, say, any Ghanaian musician's catalog is worth that amount, then his fans who would want to brag with his catalog and listen to what he's saying. This is somebody that has released a project not long ago, and he's telling you that he himself, on one sample, he doesn't believe his catalog is worth that amount. Inti say mo hona mo yes analysis na mo yes analysis like those foolish analysis. Oh, and I wait they were turning there, and I wait they were listening there, and no, how much more somebody that has not leased yet? Like, think again. The person is saying currently, even if you put him in that position, he doesn't see himself even, or the works and investment that he's done, he doesn't see it to be worth that amount. Because that's what he said. That is what he said, and it is coming from him. So, meaning he himself, he is not worth that amount. Well, as for the rods in terms of our music royalties, deficiencies, all those things, they are there. But I can also tell you that Stonebwoy may not know. And it is, see, as much as some people may be loud with certain forms of, like certain things that they have or they have achieved, there are certain things so many people would not say. See, if we are talking about somebody who has plugs, like his music plugs in terms of publishers and everything, like cuts across almost the whole world, it is Rexomar. But have you seen Rexomar talk about it before? Or no? Onyada Jimpo. And you have no idea the kind of business that even Rexomar is doing with his music catalog today in 2025, even whilst he's not so active in music. You have no idea. So if you don't see yourself that much, you don't see yourself worth that much, Ali, it is about time Stonebwoy reconsiders your friend is saying, his belief in what he's doing. But one thing that is very important, especially when it comes to this catalog sales and stuff, has to do with what the person does with the money that they get. I've heard the likes of Akwabwa, Famiyemu, and some people talk about the fact that, Charlie, they needed this money. And when they had the money, they reinvested it into the craft. They brought it back into the craft. So music sales, catalog leasing, it is not a crime. So why do some people make it look as if, say, it is a crime in this country? Or when you do it, like, oh dear, oh, I come the deal, oh dear, here, why? Is it not better to get and reinvest and probably make a double than putting it there, taking it soppy? Besides, even if you lease it for 50 years, 100 years, 200 years, 300 years, that is if you are even to live to that number of years. Or the man said 5 years, 6 years, krana. The now amount of money that you are going to get, all things being equal, will probably get the same thing or even more. And either ways, Charlie, we live today. Yes, we make plans for tomorrow, but if you're able to secure and secure your future today, do proper investment today, that is when you know you have a solid future, especially if you are coming from this part of the world. So that is Stonebwoy's view, and this is my view. I don't know what you think, but you can equally share your views in the comment section. Let me hear from you. Let me know what you think about what we are discussing today. Our last story took a bit more right? A bit more. Okay. So took a bit more now.
The matter chop hot. Assembly diloto. Hey! Aye. Hey!